Hello guys, how are you? Happy Monday. I'm just wanting to sit down and just play with some makeup. It's killing me as well though because I've been doing quite a lot of shopping recently over the Black Friday sales, and quite a lot of those packages came on Saturday just past there. And it's so hard for me to not use those products, but I want to do like a massive collective Black Friday haul, and then I'm going to obviously like play with some of the makeup, do like one brand tutorials etc with the products that I got. So yeah, we're just going to be using products I've been using all year. But I have some exciting palettes to use. I was going through my makeup drawers this morning and be like, what palette am I going to use? Because you know what, I just wanted to do something like quite nice, soft glam, you know, something I've never done before. And I came across these three palettes, and these are from Makeup Revolution, and I don't really hear many people actually talking about these palettes, but they are beautiful. And these two palettes are from Revolution Pro, and they're a wee side brand within Makeup Revolution. The first one I have here is actually within a collaboration with Marilyn Monroe. They came out with like a Marilyn Monroe collection. They are mainly shimmer based palettes, but they obviously do have their mattes, and one thing I love about them is the fact that they have pressed glitters in them. So this shade, and this is pressed glitter. So this one here is the Goddess Glow Ultimate Shadow Palette. These palettes are beautiful inside. They're so gorgeous. If I just swatch this for you, look how gorgeous that is. Stunning, right? And the next one is the Ultimate Crystal Palette, and that's that one. It's absolutely beautiful. There's so many of these on their website, by the way, and I think now that it's like Cyber Monday as you're watching this, they might be reduced at the minute. I'm not too sure if it's coming off on camera. It's probably not, but it's like a geochrome. It just looks like a white glitter, but you can see like wee reflex of gold, like a nice bronzy orangey toned gold. These palettes are freaking beautiful. They're absolutely stunning. Like the color stories, let's just be honest, they aren't very exciting, but they're wearable. Oh no. What was I supposed to do at the weekend? Clean my brushes. Did I do that? No. I'm of course going to be starting off with my 01 brush, and I'm going to go into the Crystal palette, which is this one. And I'm going to take a transition. The shade here. So it's just like a nice wee neutral tone brown, and I'm going to start off by just popping this just within the crease. And I just want to do something really nice and soft glam today, just something nice and sultry, sexy, smoky, kind of perfect for like a date night type makeup as well. I do apologise that I'm going to be taking a mixture of the two palettes, but I'm now going to be taking the Goddess Glow palette, this wee one here, and taking the shade Flame. And I'm going to be taking this on my 05 brush, and I'm just going to be packing this just along the outer corner at my lash line, just kind of creating like a wee bit of a shadow wing. I'm not going to be creating it too big or anything though. Just going to be stamping that on first of all, and then we're going to be going in and blending it out. Of course I can't find a clean one, but I'm going to be taking my wee 02 brush, not taking any product on it, and I'm going to blend that at the outer corner. Not too much, but just blending it enough where I'm kind of like diffusing like the wee lines and edges and everything. Honestly, I feel like at this point you guys are going to be so fed up with me talking about this, but obviously if you're new here, this is obviously my wee brush collection that I have with a Buff and Blend, and they are actually closing down in 3 days, guys. So today's Monday, it's obviously Wednesday that they're closing down, the 30th of November. So there's basically only like now until then where you can like ever purchase my brush collection. I think I did have a comment in one of my previous videos. Somebody had actually asked a really good question. They had asked, like, come the 30th of November, were you still able to actually order my brushes? And yes, so basically come midnight, the 30th of November, you're no longer going to be able to purchase or order my brushes, sorry, like obviously. Like all over my socials the next couple of days, I'm going to be literally like ramming it down your throats. And I do apologise, like sincerely, but I think I mentioned this before, that obviously like any sets that we don't get sold, I don't know what's going to happen to them. Honestly, the sales have been really good so far, so this is also why I'm trying to like really promote them as well. Like honestly, like get them now while you can. There's only like 3 days left, and that's that. Like, that's like the end of my collaboration. Final reductions have been made. They are only $14.99, guys. They were originally $35.99, so and then I'm going to go into the Marilyn Monroe palette. I do apologise if you can no longer get this anymore, but I'm going to be taking this dark brown shade. And I'm going to be taking that on my 03, which is my flat definer brush. Ah! So just like the previous shade, I'm stamping this on just on the lash line and also slightly winging it out just the tiniest bit. Not too much because this is the dark brown and I'm not wanting this to be like too crazy or smoky, but just the tiniest, just creating like the tiniest wee smoky winged liner. And then also going back into my 02, not taking any product on it, and I'm just going to go back and forward and just doing wee blending motions just to blur this out a bit. I'm going to take the Be Perfect Cosmetics Product Jealousy liner. I'm going to take the shade Foxy. This is the wee brown one. I was going to take a black out, the black one obviously, but I just want to keep this maybe a wee bit more softer, so just taking the brown. Also taking this on my 03 brush. I'm sorry if you're able to hear that. I'm watching some of these TikTok live. Tell me this, do any of you do much shopping on TikTok Shop? I bought something for the first time last week, it was. And I don't know, I was a wee bit sceptical because I could be a wee bit panicky poos about things like that. But it actually arrived on Saturday. It arrived within like 2 or 3 days, so that was good. But it was so easy. It was far too easy. I literally just paid by Apple Pay. And oh my goodness, like see some of the deals you're able to get on TikTok Shop is crazy. Like at the minute I'm watching Melissa on TikTok Shop. I've recently been following her and I love her TikTok lives, especially like the TikTok shops. But honestly, some of the deals that you get are so good. Like I've had my eyes on the Trigwell Cosmetics blushes for quite some time now, and I was waiting to see if they came down in price on Beauty Bay for Black Friday, and they did. They were £10 each, and I had one in my basket, just one blush in my basket in Beauty Bay, and it sat there for quite some time actually, for like a week. And then I seen somebody's TikTok shop, they had the Trigwell blushes, like a bundle, 3 of them for £16. So it was like £16 for 3, whereas I was prepared to spend £10 on one, so I just bought the bundle. And then I'm going to be taking my wee 05 brush and I'm going to do a wee bit of smudging at that liner just while it's still wet. I was actually thinking of putting a wee bit of a shimmer on the lid. Nothing too glittery, nothing too sparkly, but just something quite nice and soft that'll just catch the light. So the crystal palette, this one here, I was thinking either this one or this one. They actually feel creamy. I think we'll go for this one here. So I just use my finger just to pat and press that on. So yeah, just nothing too much or too sparkly. I just want this wee shimmer just to kind of catch the light. Oh no. My eyelashes are so shit at the minute. They are so bad. I'm actually going to take 2 primers, but first of all I'm taking the Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Glow Primer. Mainly because I'm trying to get it used up. Taking this Skin Booster from XX Revolution in Blaze. I just like to take a wee bit of that. It's very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filler. NARS foundation in Punjab. This shade, is this my fake tan shade? I'm starting to get really confused. I think Fiji is my non-fake tan shade. So at the minute I'm planning like a foundation video. I'm wanting to sit down and talk to you about all my favourite foundations, like my go-to foundations, why I love them, what's great about them. I'm basically rating like the foundations that I have from like my least favourite to my favourite foundations. I'm sorry if that triggers people. For my concealer, this is the Lasting Perfection from Collection. I take the shade Porcelain. This is the most beautiful wee concealer. This concealer has been around since I was like 15, 16, and that was 15 years ago. 14 years ago actually. But yeah, this wee concealer was bopping about whenever I was in high school. That was a long time ago. I think so anyway. I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Anyway, but Kyle was talking to me about somebody last night, and I can't remember what he was talking about or what he was saying, or I don't know the situation, but he was talking about somebody in particular and he had mentioned their age and what they do and whatever, and I was like, oh my goodness. And then I was like, hold on a minute, he's my age. Because Kyle's younger than me, you see, so I was kind of like, oh my goodness, you know, kind of having like the same reaction he was having, but then it was like, hold on a minute, he's my age. Like, oh my goodness. So obviously he was talking about like where this fella is in life or whatever. He was basically like an old friend of Kyle's, or somebody he went to school with, or I don't know. But it's just so weird, like talking to the people your own age and seeing where they are in life. Like I was talking to somebody a couple of weeks ago, and they was the same age as me, and they had mentioned their husband. And I was like, your husband? You're the same age as me, and you just said your husband? You have one of those? You have one of those? What's that like? Damn. I don't know, I just sometimes still feel as if I'm like 20, 21, 22. Like I don't feel like I'm 30 next year. I don't know. It's just so weird. So weird. And it's just crazy to think that there's people my age that have like 3 or 4 kids and are married. I honestly could not imagine myself right now with like kids. Like just having kids, or being like Kyle being my husband. As much as I would love all that crap, but I don't know, I still just can't imagine it. I'm not even joking. See, every time I use this concealer, my skin looks freaking flawless. Absolutely flawless. It is the most beautiful concealer with the most beautiful flawless coverage. It is so buildable. It has the most satin-like finish to it. Every time I just use this concealer, I'm just so blown away. With any foundation, it sits perfectly on top of. But it's just freaking gorgeous. Then to cream bronze, I'm using the HMB Soft Focus Airbrush Concealer. I have been so pissed off because I'm still not able to get the HMB Cosmetics foundation, sorry. My stock is not in shade. My stock is not in shade. My shade is not in stock. I kind of go off a Jordan Lipscomb's shades because we seem to be kind of like the same shade in certain foundations and stuff. So if she's like, I'm in shade such and such, I'm like, right, good girl. That's my shade too. I think she had mentioned that she is in the shade 10W, and of course that's the shade that's out of stock and has been for ages. And this concealer is on sale at the minute, by the way. You can get it on TikTok shop, but also on Be Perfect Cosmetics. You can get it for like, is it £8, £8 or £7 or something? So I'll obviously have it linked down below for you. Or you can also get it on her website. It's all just kind of like the same price everywhere, I think. That you can't get it any cheaper anywhere else or whatever, but if you want to get it off Be Perfect Cosmetics, I'll obviously link it down below for you, because Be Perfect Cosmetics are doing like a really good sale at the minute for Cyber Monday. Taking Sweet Cheeks from Made by Mitchell. Mixing it with Mango Daiquiri. Soon I will no longer have to do this. But I haven't received my package yet. I obviously done like a big order on Made by Mitchell for Black Friday. And I got a load of new blush shades, because I always am mixing these two shades, and I love the colour that it makes with the two of them together. Like, I don't like anything too orange, I don't like anything too pink, just like a pinky peachy, no, like a peachy coral. That's like the type of blush shade that I like, and these two mixed make that perfect shade for me. And then I'm going to set quickly, I'm going to just do this off camera because it's easier. I'm going to take the Kaleidos Face Illuminator in the shade Medium. I just like to use this just to kind of set my T-zone, under eyes, etc. And then the Huda Beauty Loose Powder in Cherry Blossom Cake. I'm going to do a bit of highlighting with the XO Beauty Diamond Baby Highlight Palette. This is Shan XO's makeup brand, and it's just a wee highlight palette. This is usually the shade I take when I'm not tan, but I might take a mixture between these two anyway. For my blush today, I'm taking this wee quad from COLLAB at First Cheek Blush. At first Crush Cheek Palette. Jesus! And I'm going to be taking this wee shade here. COLLAB's doing a massive sale as well at the minute, by the way, and it's absolutely breaking my heart, because I have done, do you know what, I've done enough shopping this Black Friday, as you will see in my upcoming haul. I was on having a nosy last night, and I was honestly so tempted to do like a big massive COLLAB order, but I just was like, no, I can't. I can't do it. Honestly, I feel like the best thing that's ever happened to me is buying a house. I've just learned how to restrain myself online. I think this wee quad is on offer as well. They're doing like a 30% off sale at the minute, guys. Honestly, like, some of the stuff is super affordable at the minute, and like, see their eyeshadow palettes. Kill me now. Honestly, just kill me. So good. So good. It's because we've obviously done this shape with our eyes, we're really wanting to elongate and do kind of like a fox eye type situation. I'm just going to be keeping my blush quite high. You know, we're just wanting to lift everything. And for bronzer, I'm going to take the Morphe and Havana Greg bronzer. Well loved, isn't she? I honestly love like the Morphe bronzers, they're so good. They're very underrated, especially this wee one. It's so nice. Okay, I'm going to finish off the eyes now. I'm taking my CO3 brush, and I'm going to take a medium brown shade just from that Marilyn Monroe palette, and I'm just going to take a wee bit of that and just run that along the lower lash line, just mainly at the outer corner actually. I'm not really wanting to do much on the lower lash line. I wasn't going to do anything at all, because usually on wee looks like this I don't like to do like anything on the lower lash line, but I think I might do a wee bit of something. And just at the outer corner. And then I'm taking this wee this wee freckle tint from Barry M. I love this for doing my inner corner pointy things, because it dries really quick and it does not budge, and it's like the most perfect like a brown colour, brown shade I've yet to find like a liquid liner, like a brown liquid liner that's actually like a true brown and looks like a true brown on the lids. I'm also taking my 05 brush and into that brown gel liner from Be Perfect, and I'm just going to put this just in my waterline and in my tear duct right at that inner corner. I'm also going to fill my lips in the tiniest wee bit, especially at the outer corners with this lip liner as well. It's been so long since I've used this. This is the Burberry lip cream in Light Nude. I'm going to take this BK Beauty 227 brush. Okay, so this is the wig. As you can see, it has like a nice wee soft wave in it. I think this is synthetic, but I'm not too sure. I think it is. Like, it can't be real hair because it was obviously like £15 off Amazon. I think it was like £15–20 off Amazon. As you can see, it's like a nice cool toned grey. It's got like a wee bit of like a beiginess to it as well. It hasn't got dark root or anything, but it has like a kind of, do you know what, it's kind of like multi-tonal, like beigey, grey, multi-tonal. That's what I like about it. The length of it is class as well. It's got like wee shorter bits at the front for like face framing, layering and stuff, and just kind of makes it look a wee bit more realistic. Sometimes with synthetic wigs they can be very blunt at the ends, whereas you can see at the ends like they're quite fine. They're kind of just like flared out, where it kind of makes the hair look a wee bit more realistic. So, and then I obviously have like the fringe as well. So I'll obviously have this linked listed down below for you. As I say, I got this off Amazon like 2 years ago, so I might not be able to find the link, but if I can, I'll obviously list it down below for you. This is honestly one of the hardest wigs I actually have to put on. Every time I put this wig on, it's always all over the place. I'm taking my wig brush. This is a wee brush from Pretty Spoiled. It's a wig brand. It's like wire. Apparently wire brushes are best for synthetic wigs and extensions instead of just like plastic bristle brushes. I'm also just putting a wee bit of the P. Louise lipstick on. This is in the shade Heights. This one here. So it's just like a nice wee nude shade, but my lips were just feeling a wee bit too matte there. Guys, this does come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you all so much for watching. I love it. Feel like so much better now. I honestly love filming these types of like transformation videos. Just taking yourself from 0 to 100 or 0 to a high 6. But all the products that I did use will be listed and linked down below in the description box, guys. I promise I will try my hardest to link and list this wig down below. It's honestly like so nice. It's just like so comfortable and everything. Like the ends of it, the length, everything. It's beautiful. And also, please don't forget about my brush collection, guys. 3 more days. Wednesday is the last day. The 30th of November is, as I say, the last day to ever purchase my brush collection. Buff and Blend is, of course, sadly closing down. Get them now while you can. There is only, of course, limited stock available. But I will have a direct link down below where you can go and purchase my brushes. Great wee Christmas present. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next one.